What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. Bunch of stuff to get into today, and of course, today is the day that God of War finally releases to the public, and I'm excited. I mean, probably playing through it today and then throughout the weekend as well. Try to get it done probably before the weekend's over, maybe if I have enough time. But I'm gonna be working on that. Of course, Labo also launched today, which is kind of interesting. A lot of people are looking at it differently, but we will be doing coverage here on the channel for the variety pack and seeing, I guess, just how it all works and goes together. In case you are interested in purchasing Labo, we'll have some videos up on this channel throughout the day today, kind of just taking a look at it. We should already have an unboxing video up for you guys if you want to check that out as well. But today we have to get into SNK and Neo Geo possibly having a new system coming up. What kind of system is it? Well, we're going to talk about that. And then we also have to go over a job listing from Microsoft that may be describing some of the new tech that's going into the next Xbox. At least give me this little window into what we can expect. So today, guys, let's get started. So the Labo is out now. You can go pick it up as long as not sold out places. And we kept hearing Nintendo saying, oh, we'll put out replacement parts for different things that get damaged. They are cardboard, obviously, so they're probably going to get damaged by kids who get maybe a little too excited when they're putting something together, or something rips, and now you got to buy a whole new kit if you need that one part. Not necessarily here, as Nintendo did open up a full parts replacement for these Labo creations over on their website, and they have several things to pick from. As you can see, this is a shot of the website, and you can see just a bunch of very specific, actually, Nintendo Labo Robot Kit, the knobs cardboard pack, Nintendo Labo Robot Kit, the main body. I mean, seriously, the list goes on. There's a lot of stuff there, and it seems like it's mostly small packs, and they range anywhere from $1 or $2 up to $12, $13. They even have, for example, the fishing rod cardboard pack. So it seems like it is very specific packs that replace specific parts of each kit. So you don't have to buy the entirety of an $80 or $70 to $80 kit to get that one piece back. That's good. It is cardboard. Yes, they are pre-cut cardboard pieces, but at least you don't have to go buy the entirety of a kit again if you maybe step on the fishing rod kit or the little car part. I mean, it's better this way, and I'm glad they at least thought this out. So there you go. If your kids or even you destroy part of the Labo, you can order it online. No word on shipping time, maybe a couple days. But again, it's better, and more than likely Labo will be sold out a lot of places, so it'll be hard just to get another kit anyway, even if you wanted it. So this is actually much better that they are doing this, especially since they got more specific with it than I thought. I mean, the only way they get any more specific is they sell each like side of like a box that you're putting together or something. That's pretty good, and the prices are actually more fair than I originally thought. I thought they were going to try to get much more for each one of these things, and a lot of them are like seriously like $7 or $8 or less. Next up, let's talk about SNK and Neo Geo. It's been a while since the Neo Geo has been out, but they did also do their hybrid system years ago where it was a handheld and then you could put that into a larger box. It turned it into a console. We actually did a video here about that a while ago, kind of comparing it to the idea of the Switch, that being a hybrid that plugs in. It wasn't the best system. It was discontinued pretty quickly, actually, and from there we haven't really heard much until now. See, the craze for these classic mini systems seem to be taking over, sweeping over the gaming industry. Essentially, if you have manufactured a system in the past with exclusive games, you might as well build a classic mini that is at least poking at the nostalgia bone a bit, and it looks like, based on this post from Twitter, SNK appears to be doing just that. Now, it does look like, as it is kind of an upright thing that's covered with a tarp, looks to me that it could be one of those tabletop arcade units. That's just a guess at the shape of it. But according to the company SNK, this will be a new game machine that will feature a compilation of popular Neo Geo games. That, of course, I assume more than likely will be things like Metal Slug, King of Fighters. I mean, seriously, they have a ton of stuff that they could pull from. Samurai Showdown, maybe. So I would love to see them just grab as much as they can, put it all in here, and give it a good arcade stick, right? Like everything we need to actually play it. Don't make it junky. Actually put some time and money into it. And honestly, the Neo Geo fan base will rush to this thing like crazy. And it's going to be interesting to see. It doesn't have any other information other than that. No release, no information about the system itself. They covered it in this little cloth. So we'll have to wait and see when they're going to reveal it, and the pricing is going to be important. Like I said, it's going to be cheap. Will it be something that's like a little Android box, kind of like what the NES Classic and the Super Nintendo Classic are like, or do they go the next step and make it a tabletop kind of system? Like it kind of like it looks upright, doesn't it? In that picture, it almost looks like it's like an arcade tabletop unit covered with a cloth. Maybe that's just the way they presented it there, and it's not going to be that. I would actually like a tabletop box that comes with a really cool arcade stick, a fight stick, and you can buy an extra one if you want. I think I'd prefer that rather than have to use whatever display they have that comes with it. You know, I mean, it seems weird to do it that way, but we'll see. No word on when they're going to announce it, but I'll keep you guys up to date on it. Next up, let's talk about Dbrand on the Nintendo Switch. If you didn't see this when Nintendo Switch first came out, Dbrand, of course, is the company that sends out skins that for all kinds of different popular electronics, whether it's MacBooks, cell phones, pretty much everything. If you go on their website, seriously, there's so much stuff to pick from, and they have these skins that you can put on. They have all kinds of designs and everything, and a lot of people like getting Dbrand so they can kind of customize their electronic or anything like that. And the problem was, it seemed like the adhesive they were using was actually tearing the paint or whatever the coating was on the Switch off of there. In fact, they got to the point where they had to stop and say, "Don't buy from us. We have to evaluate this, figure it out." Looks like they have done that. They have actually figured it out. It looks like they are launching today. Actually, you can go on there. This was on their Twitter account. You can now go on there and safely buy Dbrand stickers. I might look into getting some just to test the idea of it, to make sure it doesn't destroy your Switch, because, well, you guys see what I do to my Switch on here, so why not, right? I'll slap some stickers on it and see if the paint peels off. But it's interesting to see. A lot of people like that. Again, it's a good way to customize, I guess, easily with skins, decals, essentially, your Switch or whatever else. People put it on everything. Like I said, Xboxes, PS4s, doesn't matter. So there you go. The Switch finally joins, I guess, the Dbrand family, and we'll just have to wait and see for reviews. There are going to be reviews for that decal, trust me, where people order them and they'll see. But I might check them out myself just to see if it does tear that paint off. Next up, let's talk about Disgaea. Now, if you're a fan of Disgaea, like I am, I actually like Disgaea a lot. I played it a lot on my Vita, believe it or not. That's where I really got into the series. I remember playing it on the PS2 a while ago, and I was like, eh. But then I got it on the Vita, and it was, you know, a portable system. It clicked instantly for me right then and there. It's coming out, and it's coming west, which is great because we heard that it was coming out, Disgaea 1, the remaster, underneath the title Refine in Japan. We heard about this, and of course, with NIS America, generally we like to hope that these kind of games will follow westward, and this was an easy one. This was an easy one to peg as it coming west because Disgaea 5 sold really well here in the West on the Switch. Even on the PS4, it sold better than it did in Japan, so we knew it was essentially, it was going to come eventually. And it came actually sooner. It is coming out, which is awesome, and they sent a bunch of screenshots out, so you can see them here. Now, according to NIS, it is coming to North America and Europe, and that's happening this fall. I didn't see any concrete release date or anything here, just that it is happening. It is coming out west, Europe, and the US. And they also showed us a big special edition. That's something you're seeing here as well, which looks absolutely ridiculous. It's a pretty large. That's the one thing I'll give NIS, is generally they go kind of above and beyond with some of their special edition sets. Now you can get that special edition on the PS4 and Switch from NIS America's official store for $100. The regular version of Disgaea 1 Complete is going to be $49.99. It is launching this fall on the PS4 and the Switch. I'm excited because, like I said, I kind of passed a bit on the PS2, and it looks like they've pretty much fixed up the visuals for high-def displays, 1080p, 720p if it's handheld, 1080p, maybe even 4K on the PS4 Pro. Although, to be fair, those visuals only go so far. They're not like tons of polygons or anything. This is a pretty standard, pretty basic visual set, but I think it does well and it looks good. So this will be fun to kind of go back and take a look at maybe what I missed on the PS2, and if you're longtime fans of this series, this is just something really cool to see get remastered. Next up, let's talk about a game that technically hasn't been announced for the Switch yet, but it did get rated for the Nintendo Switch, and that's 20XX. And as you know, I'm a big Mega Man fan. I like these 2D side-scrollers, and I remember 20XX from Steam. I played it a good bit, and I absolutely loved it because it's very similar. It took a lot of inspiration, I'll just say that, from like Mega Man X, for example, and it got rated, so it might be coming over to the Nintendo Switch. Usually don't just rate stuff for fun. Generally, they do that if a game is coming over. Now, this was in early access back in 2014 on Steam, and then it eventually did get released later on in August of 2017, and it's a really cool game. It's got good reviews, 9 out of 10s generally from a lot of people, very positive on Steam. and I think this would be really cool on the Switch. I'd probably go back and check that out again, honestly. I really liked that game, and it was a lot of fun. So if you're a fan of like the Mega Man or the Mega Man X series, this is worth checking out. No absolute concrete release date or anything on this thing, even that it's coming over, but to see it rated means you should really keep an eye out, especially with how Nintendo has been courting a lot of indie companies trying to get their indie games on the Nintendo Switch. The Switch has kind of turned into the indie machine that a lot of these companies want to get to, so I'm not at all surprised if something like 20XX just kind of shows up on the Switch, the eShop page, if you will, just out of nowhere one day. Next up, let's talk about a really funny accessory that popped up yesterday on Amazon. A lot of people started seeing this and they thought it was really funny. And it's a Crash Bandicoot accessory, and it seems to at least have some kind of purpose, not necessarily just a statue that you have. But it'll do things like, as you see here, hold your controller, or it'll hold your Nintendo Switch apparently, and you can have Crash Bandicoot kind of hanging out. I mean, technically he's on all platforms now, so I guess it's not a big deal if he's holding a Nintendo peripheral, a Nintendo system, or an Xbox controller. There you go, you get a PlayStation controller. I thought this was really funny. Apparently it's officially licensed. It's currently $39.95 on Amazon, and it is due out June 15th of 2018. And I just think it's really funny. It's 12 inches, so it's a foot tall. I don't know if I'll be looking to pick this up, but if you're a big Crash fan, this might be really funny because it kind of has a purpose, obviously, to either hold your controller or your Switch or something. It's just really funny to see a Crash Bandicoot accessory like this come out where it could be holding like a Nintendo system. I guess even like a Microsoft, although it was on the original Xbox, so it kind of missed out on the time when Crash was pulling up to Nintendo of America with a megaphone, which were awesome commercials, by the way. But it's still pretty funny to see, and that's going, like I said, going on sale mid-June. And in our last bit of news, let's talk about this Xbox or this Microsoft listing on their job listings. And what was very interesting about these listings is it talks about kind of next generation technology, stuff that absolutely would not be used in the current generation Xboxes. The one listing, as you'll see here, is for a senior electrical engineer, and the idea there is to help lead development for existing and leading edge memory tech for currently shipping and future Xbox designs. And they go on further to say you need to have a deep understanding of current DDR3. That would be stuff you would find in, say, the original Xbox One, and then GDDR5, of course, that is in the Xbox One X. But then future DRAM technologies, including something along the lines of, say, GDDR6. That is surely something that would be found in the next Xbox, as we talked about before, with those PS5 leaks that point to GDDR6. That is the next thing that is showing up. That's what NVIDIA will be using in their next video cards. HBM2 is something that AMD has been kind of experimenting with, but it's pretty expensive. So I wouldn't even be surprised, honestly, if AMD goes towards GDDR6 as well, since it's probably going to be the next, I guess, mainstream memory type for video cards, and, well, in this case, consoles. So I'm not surprised at that at all, and it does show that they're at least hiring for these jobs going forward to get more people on board to build this Xbox. Honestly, again, with how R&D happens, they're definitely building the next Xbox. They're definitely building the next PlayStation right now. Nintendo's building something as well. So don't be surprised if you hear that they're building these things. It's just we're a ways off, as I think most of us expect. But hey, it's kind of cool to spot a listing that talks about things like next generation technology. There was another one where they talked about different storage types, including things like flash and solid state drives, stuff like that. So they're definitely, the gears are kind of churning right now at Microsoft's R&D department, and it's going to be interesting to see what they come up with. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Newswave today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, guys. Really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave a bunch of comments down below about everything we talked about today. Whether it is God of War, maybe pick that up, maybe picked up Labo. Maybe you're happy to see that if your kids destroy your Labo, your piano or something, you could buy a whole kit, your fishing rod and everything. I think that's at least a smart idea by Nintendo, and it doesn't seem like they're completely price gouging the cutouts and everything, so that's good to hear. Also, let me think about SNK and this possible Neo Geo system that they're coming up with. I think it's clear it's not going to take cartridges. It'll be just like a mini or classic built in with, like, you know, maybe 20, 30 games. But man, they have a library they can pull from, and that could be a killer like fighting multiplayer style box, and I would love to see that. And then also let me know what you think about Disgaea 1 getting a full remaster brought over to the US, to Europe as Disgaea 1 Complete. Let me know your thoughts, guys, and I will see you Monday. I'll be playing God of War all weekend, having some fun, and we'll do some Labo coverage as well. Spawncast, again, guys, Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'll see you guys Monday morning, 8 a.m.